Carl here. I was contacted by a club member. He said, "Carl, I've got this car. It acts like it's depressed. It doesn't respond to electrical stimulation." He says, "I wonder what's wrong with this car." And I said, "You know what? Send me that car. I'd like to look at it and see what's going on with it, see if I can figure it out, you know." And so he sent me the car, and it's this nice dune buggy. And I took one look at it, and I thought, I knew what's wrong with this dune buggy. This dune buggy doesn't associate with being a dune buggy. It feels like a coupe. And so it wants to be a coupe. And there's only one way to change that, and that's a difficult technical operation called a Chop Top Buggy. And it requires special tools, skills, and talents, none of which I have, but I do have a saw, and so I thought, let's give it a shot. There's no reason for me to deny this dune buggy its coupe destiny. The first thing I want to do is I want to take this chassis off of here. Get the patient ready. I'm going to take the back screw out as well. One of the things I learned with the last coupe that I made is that when I was cutting through it, the roof was more brittle than I thought, and the saw went through, and it made a pretty good gouge in my spare tire back there. And after about a 3-minute F-bomb tirade, I finally got over it and went on with my life. But I've decided that this time, because I can prove that I can learn, I made this little piece here, and I took some plexiglass and folded it up, and we're going to slide this over the bed of the dune buggy so that when we're going to chop off this top here and turn it into a coupe, the saw won't be able to come down and harm the bed area because we're trying to keep that. And so I made that piece right there. And I thought, you know what, let's make a mark. Let's mark where we want to make our cut. And I'm going to use a high precision micrometer eye here. And I'm going to make that mark right there. And I'm going to make this mark right here. I think it was marked twice and cut 3 times. Or no. It's something similar to that. But and I'm completely not across from each other. But, but we're going to run with it. Right there. And I want to cut fairly close, but I want to leave myself enough room to file and sand to get the shape and contour I want. Because remember, once this off of here, this becomes the back of our roof. This becomes the top. And so I think that right there will work pretty slick. I'm eyeballing that. That looks good. That looks good. So I want to put this body in a position where it won't move around much. So let me find... Ha! Here it is. My trusty rag. We're going to put that right there. You know, I freehand all them other ones, but maybe what a guy should do... No, I don't like it. Okay. I don't like it. I'm over it. So I think that we're ready to choose the tool for this initial cut. And tool choice is that's a big deal. Big deal. Tool selection. I think I'm ready. It's too big. It's too big. Let's try something else here. Yeah, how about what the heck? It's too noisy. This guy. Oh, fast, but I don't like it. not just good old-fashioned. Probably not that. Maybe this one. Alright, tool selection is over. We're ready to make the cut. We've got our little protector piece in there. So this is it. We're gonna do this. We're gonna sneak up on this thing. Got my handy eyes in. I'm gonna use my finger as a guide here. Ooh. The last time I cut this, it broke through and it went a lot faster. We're getting there. Make sure our protector's in the place there. There we go. Here we go. It's getting weak. There it is. Protector worked good. Look at that. We avoided that scratch right there. And here is the offending member right there. We're going to put that offensive part over there. And my guesswork actually worked out pretty good. I'm going to have plenty of material to file and cut off of here to make that look proper. And I think while I'm doing most of my work, I'm going to leave that in place just to further protect the bed. So the big step is now completed. we have entered the realm of coupedom. All right. No longer needing you. You can go away. Another successful surgery. All right, let's start with taking off the bulk of it. I think I'm going to leave that in place. Could take these corners off and save some sanding. Let's do that. Probably left a little more on here than I kind of wanted to. Trying to sneak up on it here. When we get to these rear posts being exposed, this one here is a different shape than the other side. And I usually take a little off of it to make it look more like the other one because, once again, this is the new back of the roof now. This becomes the roof, you know. Already starting to take shape. This is a fun little deal here. I probably shouldn't be showing anybody this. There won't be any stock coupe dune buggies out there anymore. And then don't go too far into this with this coarse of a file, because then it becomes too hard to get your sanding marks out of it. Look at that. Look how quickly that takes shape. Pretty happy with this. Let's get this other one cleaned up here. Now, I know a lot of people use Dremels and stuff like that, but I I like sneaking up on stuff. Details, ooh. Details are important to me. Now we're getting pretty close on this side here. Let's get that bit of flashing off of there. Yeah, I probably could have cut off a little more than what I did. So let's shorten this up a little bit. This is one of them Walmart files, and I love it. It's got this soft piece in here, this foam. Yeesh, I like that. If you want a really straight edge when you're filing, don't use it. But when you're filing around an edge or something, it's just great. It's already starting to take shape there. Yeah, look at that. A few scratches on her. This thing's working. This thing's doing its job. I wonder if I should just throw a little piece of tape on that. Yeah, we'll struggle a little more, and then we'll do it. Alright. Gotta keep these edges clean so you can see how your shape's coming in. I'm actually pretty happy with that right there. That's just not bad. We got a little more material to take off here. I think this corner is a little bit longer. So we're gonna take a little extra off of here, and then I think it's gonna line up better with that. Now you only get to do this one time, so you might as well do it to your liking that one time. Yeah, I'm liking this. Hope you guys can see this. I'm just kind of going. And once again, I don't want to get super close. Oh shit, with that file, because it's such a coarse file. See, I'm unhappy with this now. Get out of there. See, now we're... shit. I am very unhappy with this now. We're going to change directions here. God dang it. I took off too much hair trying to round that. And it was because I was trying to angle towards the camera. So I'm just going to do this, and hopefully you guys can see, because that... I don't like that little mover. May have been really problematic. We'll see here. Alright, now luckily it's still not 100%, but let's move to... I've got these other sanding deals here. I don't like that one. Let's go to this one. We'll use that one in a minute here. Shoot, I am not happy about that. I hope I can dress that up. Anyway, what I was saying is these posts, they're actually different shapes. And so you got to kind of sand them and massage them to make them look alike, because when the roof extension was on there, you can't see them, but now it is the back of the roof, so you gotta kind of dress them up. Okay, I'm gonna start profiling here. Let's start getting our contours together. I've swapped to the finer side. Once again, let's sneak up on this. So I'm liking this, not liking this. So let's see if we can pretty this up. All right. I think I've salvaged this. That's not bad. I'm gonna. Now this is one of the things I was talking about. Maybe it's just me, but you can see that these have a different shape to them. So I'm gonna spend a little time on those because I want them to look like the back of the new roof. But you can see the look is coming around nicely, and. Oh yeah, and then later on we're going to install a head on there too, and I've got that all set up, and I thought some people might be interested in that. But let's, I've got my coarse sanding kind of where I want it. I'm gonna touch this side up a little bit more, and then we're going to start spending some real time reshaping the back of this. It's still, to me, it looks a little low here, but I think that's going to work out. By the time I come across and I reshape this one here, I think it's going to work out. I hope it works out anyway. Let's see here. It's still a little high. Now this is where we're going to run into this post. Sticks back further than this post. So we're going to reshape this one to make it look more like that one. So we're going to start sanding on the post itself. We're moving to a more of a fine paper. I'm going to make sure my little protector is on there. And this is where we're going to blend these two corners together and make them look a little more like each other. And maybe I won't have to go away cuss in a corner. Wow, that's actually coming around. Now see how that post is starting to look like that post now. We need to do a little bit of sanding on that one. I'm still, this corner still looks low to me. So I'm going to take a little more off of right here, off of this crown, to give it the same shape. I don't necessarily want this totally flat. I kind of like to have a little bit of a bow to it. We're going to take a little extra right out of here. Man, I like the shape of this one. I'm really liking the shape of this one, but I'm not liking the shape of that one. I know This is a tough decision here, because I know if I start sanding this one now to make it look like that one, this one's going to be too short. Because right now, when you look down on them, they're pretty equal. You know, I still think it's a little low here. I'm just not happy about that, but I know how to fix that visually. But if I spend more time trying to round that post, there's kind of a divot in it. You see that divot right there? If I spend too much time trying to take that out, then it's going to get smaller. Then we're going to make this one smaller, and it's just going to keep going back and forth. I'm going to put a little energy into it, and we'll see what we got, because this post still could lose a little bit more. But once again, let's just sneak up on it here. Let's... That cleaned up way faster than I thought it was gonna. I'm way happy with that. By the time we're done final sanding, that's gonna look fantastic. Excellent. Excellent. Our divot's almost gone. Yes. But now I'm gonna come over here. I'm gonna take a little more off at this side. These roofs are never straight on there. So I think we need to take a little bit off of this right here. Alright, let's take an honest assessment of what we got here. That's just not damn bad is what we got. Now my micrometer eye tells me that this radius is a little more gradual than that one. And that's probably accurate, because we could still take a little bit off here. Remember, this post is different than the other one. It's a different shape and thickness. So let's try it. Let's take just a little bit more off of this side of it. Oh, my cover came off. Oh, that's pretty good. No scratches on the spare tire. Man, I'm liking that. I don't know if you guys can see that, but I like the slight bow that it has to it. Both the pillars are looking really similar to one another in how they meet the body. This one still hangs out just a little bit, but I'm a little afraid to take more off of it. I really like this curve. I really like that. You know what? Let's go to some final sanding, and then we'll see what we got. Okay. This is gonna happen. Okay. This is where I do a little more freehand than we got there. It's too fun. Save that for later. Never throw old sandpaper away. That's 600. $800. Holy crap. Don't we got any regular 220 around here? Alright, fine. 400 it is. So now one thing about this kind of sanding here is this is going to show you where all your heavy scratches are, where you need to concentrate. And that's why I didn't want to do heavy sanding too close to the final shape, because then you can't get the dang scratches out of it. And I'm going to come along and I'm going to polish this with an attempt to make it look like the rest of the plastic. And the whole idea is to make this look like Aurora should have made it, like they should have made it. Look at the scratches this thing's getting. It's kind of nice to be able to just sand and not to be really worried about the surfaces and stuff. Okay, now this post here. I didn't quite get rid of my divot. Now this fine paper will take the shine out of it and blend it better, but it's still going to be there. All right, let's see what we got. Ah, we still got some heavy scratches in there. That's unfortunate. It's supposed to actually come out pretty good. I can still see that divot, but our shape is good. Our shape's pretty good. I like it. It's just not bad. I like the slight bow that it has. I still think this one's got just a little more radius than this side. Kind of hate to sand that more. I could probably literally do this all night long. Well, it might be the stripes that are just throwing me off. This stripe's closer to the edge than that one, see? It's an illusion. Well, shoot, I need some not 400 grit paper. Well, we really did put some good ones in there. They're not wanting to come out. Alright, I gotta dig for some 200. Thousand grit? 600? What the hell? Okay, we'll come at this from a different angle. We'll use this guy now. I think this one's roughly 200. One thing I like about these is you've got so much more control over the paper itself. Oh my gosh, that looks really good. Cleaned up faster than I thought it would. I don't have my protector on there. You know, I think that might have done it. So maybe now we can sneak up with this. Do I have a 400 one of these? Let's check this. That come out pretty good. I think that's got the bulk of the scratches out of it. All right, what do we got? That's just not bad. It's a little hard to tell because the stripes throw you off. You know, this one's closer to the edge than that one. But that ain't bad. Ain't bad at all. Now, one thing I do in the last few is I want to take this sharp edge off of here. So I'm going to very carefully work up just that edge to give the roof a little more of a finished look. It's important to not take too much off. You just want to take that hard edge off of there. Yeah. That way there's no sharp edge. I'm kind of liking that. Let's do a little polishing and see what we got. Let's see what we got here. Oh crap, that's lost forever. Okay, I'm just going to do just a little bit of buffing here. I just want to see what this is going to look like. Very carefully. Don't go too fast, you'll burn the plastic. It's not bad. Kind of not a fan of this here buffing wheels. Got no good edge. There's still a little divot in there. You can kind of see it. I guess that gives it some realism. Just about got the color I want. So close, so close. Let's find a better buffing wheel. What else we got in this? Who's running this show? Here's one with some yellow rouge on it. Yeah, we're going to have to clean the desk after this deal. This has got a little more of a fine tip to it. Oh, that's not bad. That looks believable. That's the goal, right? Well, she's coming around here. Does that look more believable to you? Plastic's about the... It's about the same semi-gloss as the rest of it. I wish it was a little shatter like that. Maybe if we... maybe we should hit it with some Novus now. Maybe we'll just hit it with some Novus. What do we got? If you haven't used Novus, get yourself some, because this stuff can do really good things to fix up and just generally make something look better. Can't tell you how many cars I've bought and then cleaned off all the decals and stuff, and you can still see them, and then you get this Novus, and just take your time, sneak up on it, and just come out beautiful. And it's not too much. It's not like it's a car polish. I don't like when people do that because it's too much. It doesn't look natural. It doesn't. Oh, we got a little blue there. Cleaned off a little bit of the stripe. And I'm buffing this kind of loose like this. I want it to blend in. All right. Oh yeah, I think I like that. Look at that. Yeah, see now the color of the plastic, the shine of the plastic is really the same as everywhere else now. Other than that little divot on the back. But had we sanded that divot out, then it would have made this pillar look flat. It would have made it more triangular. This one come out beautiful. I'm really happy with that one. This one, yeah. But you can spend days on it and then still not be happy with it. I think this here looks really good. Let's just give this a slight buff, not too much. Yeah. I think that's it. Alright, well, while you were gone, I went ahead and cleaned up a little bit and did a little more finish work on this. But I'm going to call that good. I learned something in body work that you can do body work forever. At some point, you just have to call it. You just have to say this is it. And I think this is pretty good. I'm real happy with the sheen of the plastic, the edge. It has a nice slight bow to it. I think it's believable, and I think that's really the goal. The lineup is pretty good. Now, all I did was just give this a nice little brush job, with a toothbrush and stuff. But now we're gonna go ahead and install a helmeted head here. So I went and I pulled one of these out of a Bronco. It had a bad Bronco body, and so this is how I've been doing it. If you mic these, they come out at about 95,000, depending on which angle you get. A little bit more there. And so I've got a drill bit here. Comes out to about about 95. And it's in a numbered drill bit. And I believe it's a number 41. And we're going to sneak up on it. We're just going to go ahead and put this in here. And they've got a nice hole in the bottom where the factory slid the head in and then glued it. And we're just going to drill straight through this, up through the shoulders. You want to try and come up as straight as you can. And then the hole in the head will be about the same size, hopefully close enough that we can get a little resistance fit, and so it'll stay in place when we glue it. So let's just go ahead and do that. We're just going to go straight down in here. Once again, we're going to just sneak up on it, try and be as straight as we can. Don't push it through, because then you'll chip the paint on the shoulders and stuff. So just nice and easy. It seems like a massive hole, and it kind of is. Let's see how we're doing. We're really close right there. So let's not put a bunch of pressure on it. Let's just let it go through right on its own. Oh, still, it's thicker than I thought. There we go. No! Wow! I've sanded a few of these out. We haven't quite gone through yet. I think the only thing left is the paint. No, we're still getting some yellow. There it goes. So we're sticking through there. So we got drill bit head right now. Nice hole though, look at that. Sweetheart, because we took our time. So it's not egged out. We got a few little pieces. The drill bit always pushes a few pieces up, so I gotta get in there. Clean them up, knock them off. I took my needle nose and I put some tape on them. You can see it. I pulled it around and pinched it. And this allows me to grab the head without it shooting off into unknown regions in my work area. And it also will hold it without scratching it. So let's give this an attempt here. Oh my gosh, there it is. Shit, it's even straight. Just turn just a little bit. God, he looks good too. Alright, I'm gonna mess with it. He's slightly looking to his left. That's better. Okay, now we take some of this super cool glue that Doug sells. And this is the beauty of that. I have a whole... Is this been opened up? Oh, it hasn't been opened up. Okay, hang on. This one's brand new. Alright, there we go. I'm just going to put some glue right into that hole. Look at that, that's beautiful. Beautiful. We are happy with its placement. Okay, here comes the blinding light to cure the glue. If you haven't used this glue, I highly suggest it. And that should be all it takes. Now, there's some scratches on the inside of the windshield. I wonder if whoever took the old head off did it with violence. Because there are some scratches on the inside window. Let's see if we can't clean them up. Should have done this before we installed the head, but yeah, it come right off there. That's all right. Well, there we are. Head installed. Couped. You are now a Dune Buggy Coupe. Go. Alright, well, I want to thank everybody for coming and watching this video. I would have fallen asleep too, but I was the one doing the work. It looks good. I'm happy with the outcome. It's a great Dune Buggy Coupe. And I want to say this Dune Buggy can go forth and be forever known as Shorty, the Dune Buggy Coupe. Thanks again for watching the video. I know that a lot of people are going to be upset because I cut this TJet, and in their mind I ruined it, but the way I see it is this is going to go and make somebody else happy, which is the point behind toys, is enjoyment. That said, have a good evening. Slot on.